falls asleep half the time and he doesn't finish his sentences. So yeah.
He can barely put any sentences together. He's just not in a good health.
So I'm a Democrat, but I would not vote for him again because he's obviously lost it.
What is going on, everyone? James Klug here. It seems like it's every week that we see Joe Biden mumbling during a speech or lost on a stage somewhere. So do people think that he's too old to run for president again? Today we're going to find out. Let's go talk to some people. Huge shout out to our friends over at iTarget for sponsoring this video. Is Joe Biden too old to run for president again?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes. The answer is yes.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think age matters. I don't think age matters.
Doesn't matter.
Absolutely not.
No.
Definitely yes. He is too old. He cannot concentrate it.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is Joe Biden too old to run for president?
Yeah, that guy sucks.
He's too stupid, too old, too controlled.
He should
by
probably
everybody
retire
else,
early,
yeah.
honestly. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's too old to be president
Too old to be president.
and corrupt.
I think Joe Biden's just too Joe Biden to run for president again, to be honest.
I hope to God when you're 80 years old you have some kind of mind.
Yeah.
And if you're healthy and you keep on doing that, you too can lead the world. However, if you think he's too old, then your mindset, how old do you think we are and things like that?
50s?
I love you. See, that's the whole problem. When you're 70, then you might think differently.
I think he's still got lots going on. He's got a lot of support. He's got a great support system, good administration holding him up, and yeah, I think we could get another 4 years out of him.
Listen, I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
I really do. He is old. I wish he had a better running mate. That's all I could say.
Why do you think that some people believe that he is too old to be running for president again?
Because they're couch potatoes. They don't move. They're lazy. They don't get up and they don't think.
Why do you guys think yes?
What do you think? He just doesn't seem up to the job. I mean, you see him in interviews, everything is scripted for him. He reads teleprompters. I don't see that he has any independent thought or very little of it. He's not able to articulate things as a president should be, regardless of what party you're in.
He falls asleep half the time and he doesn't finish his sentences. So yeah.
It's like my grandfather, he has dementia.
He can barely put any sentences together. He's just not in a good health, for sure.
Had a lot of failure from him. That's why this time I am not vote for him. I vote for somebody else.
Yeah.
Age isn't the factor. It's just he's incompetent.
It's not an age thing, it's cognitive ability. And it just happens to be when you're at that age, you tend to start to lose your cognitive ability. I probably will too at that age, so.
Fair enough. Age doesn't matter.
It's-
How about cognitive ability?
Cognitive ability. Okay, so I'm a Democrat, but I would not vote for him again because he's obviously lost it. He is forgetting too many things. I don't think he should run again.
Okay.
No matter anybody, if they've lost their mind, they should not run again.
This is very interesting because you're actually one of the people that we would basically cite in one of the polls that's just been coming out. Wall Street Journal, CNN, they've all been releasing polls recently. But I'll talk about the Wall Street Journal one. They found that 2/3 of Democrats think that he's just too old to run again. And when it comes to the conversation, it seems that it really kind of hones in on cognitive ability.
Yes.
And people just aren't very confident about how he's portraying himself.
No, and he's embarrassed himself too many times on TV and in public. He forgets where he is. Maybe he forgets the issues. It's just not good for any politician to get to that point and still run.
A Wall Street Journal poll showed that 2/3 of Democrats believe that he's too old to be president again. What are your
Again?
thoughts about that?
Again, it's who you are. It's how you use your mind. What do you use? Do you play video games all day? Are you on your phone all day? Are you walking and saying aloha to everybody here? Are you giving aloha? Are you part of the community?
Aloha.
But are you part of the community? Or are you sitting on your phone and not talking and being a community?
All right, everyone, let's take a few moments to talk about today's sponsor. There's a lot that people are nervous about right now. Open up social media or turn on the news, and all you see is crime and societal decay. And there's a lot of people that just go out and buy a firearm, and then it sits in a safe. If there's ever an emergency, they're not going to be prepared and run the risk of injuring themselves or others. There's no other way around it. You need to train often. Unfortunately, for most people, it's difficult to be constantly going to the range, assuming there's even one nearby, and ammo prices are through the roof. iTarget was invented so you could practice anytime in the safety and convenience of your own home. Simply download the iTarget Pro app, load your caliber-specific laser bullet into your firearm, and start training. Practice alone, compete with friends, or use it to safely train your friends and family who are new to firearms. You guys, go to itargetpro.com and get 10% off at checkout when you use the offer code Klug. This is the smartest, safest way to train. That's why competitive shooters trust dry fire training as part of their regimen. Get yours today. That's the letter I, targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code Klug. I'll put links down in the description below. Let's get back to this video.
There's just been recent polls, even showing majority of Democrats think that he's too old to run again.
Democrat.
You're a Democrat?
Yeah.
Okay. And you just see him as, do you see him as just not cognitively all there?
Not cognitively all there.
And a season of bad decisions. I mean, very bad decisions across the board.
Are you guys both Democrats
I'm
or
Republican?
Why do you think that is? What are they saying? What's going on there?
I'm not sure. I haven't paid attention to that, to be honest.
I think they're seeing a guy that walks slow, doesn't, speak well, but he never spoke well. But I also think he's doing a good job. I just wish he had a better running mate. I'll say that again.
And not just Wall Street Journal, they're more centrist, but CNN, they said, has the stamina and sharpness to serve as president. And that's per CNN. 26%, according to their poll, said yes. That's a bad number.
Or is it how it's being spun? It's being presented in a way that, okay, he's too old to run. Well, you're planting that seed. Okay, oh gosh, maybe he's too old to run. Maybe I'm beginning to believe that. As opposed to what's he doing right now? No one can predict the future.
Right.
So, and 80 is not the same as it used to be.
People are telling us today that he's sharp, he's mentally sharp, he's prepared for another term. What are they seeing? What's going on there?
I think people need to see it for themselves, and they just need to see the TV.
I want your reaction on this montage right here. I'm sure you've seen a lot of these.
I've been watching your stuff all the time.
Thank you so
much. I'm just on there. I'm watching it.
We got a subscriber right here, you guys. This is him going up a staircase to go on Air Force One.
Yeah, he stumbles a couple times.
Right here is a second time. I'm just getting people's thoughts on this.
Oh yeah,
montage.
I saw that online.
That's not a good look for our president. He shows weakness.
When it comes to them seeing him as being cognitively sharp, do you think that videos like this have an effect on that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's portraying him as weak.
When you see this, do you think that people think that he's getting too old and he's falling all over the place, or do you think that's just bad luck on his first term?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's relative to his term. I think that maybe something may be going on with him, but I don't necessarily equate it to his age. There could be a medical issue that hasn't been taken care of. I mean, I wouldn't just necessarily ascribe it to his age. I wouldn't say that.
When they see those videos, are they just thinking he's too old? Is that what's driving it, do you think? Or do you think it's everything?
Not just the tripping, but that he can't finish his, because cognitively he's not okay. It's not only that he's tripping, but that is a big concern because, I saw in Judge Judy once a long time ago, she said, if you want to live to be a good long age, remember 2 words, don't trip, don't fall. So if he's falling all the time, that's not good,
So we're just trying to figure out why people are thinking that. But you think he's sharp.
Yeah, maybe people aren't paying attention to the real issue or to what's going on. I'm not sure. I haven't paid attention to that, to be honest. It has nothing to do with his physical. That has nothing to do with anything, in my opinion. So, maybe they should pay attention to issues that matter and how he's taking care of those issues. That should be an indicator, not his physical, in my opinion.
So people just maybe aren't paying attention.
Maybe they should pay attention. I'm not sure what they're doing. I'm just saying maybe they should pay attention to other things besides him going up the steps. Like, that's a little bit different than falling down the steps.
I got a question for you. Let's put politics aside for just 1 second. Do you see Trump as being sharper mentally than Joe Biden?
Definitely yes. Yes. I am not Republican, but I am sure that Trump is much better than, is not perfect, but is much better than Joe Biden.
Would it make you feel better if he took a cognitive test and released it, or would you just not be confident in that cognitive test at all when it comes to the results?
He's already proven to the public with the way he's been acting that he's just not ready for any other position. He really should quit.
That's coming from a Democrat.
Yeah.
Do you think that if he took a cognitive test and released it to the public, do you think that would be a good idea?
That might help ease some speculation.
Not if he's smart. Not if his handlers tell him not to.
Cognitive test and released it to
Are
the public?
you him? Are you a doctor?
Huh?
Are you a doctor?
Yes.
Are you a medical doctor?
Yes.
He wouldn't pass it. There's no question. It's straight up. There's no question he couldn't pass it. You can see everything he does. He's not cognizant at all.
You are lying.
Yeah.
I could tell.
Well, I'm just joking. It's a ridiculous question. Why do I have to be a doctor to ask that question?
Because in order to validate the necessity for a cognitive test, there's medical reasons for it. You don't have the capacity to ask him.
Right. The reason why I asked that is because Democrats and Americans are concerned about his cognitive abilities. Do you think that would help him? It's just it's a fair question.
No, Biden. It has to be everybody. If you're going to do it for one president, you have to do it for every president. Be tested for that.
I think you could probably get a lot of people to agree on that.
And what are you guys going to be doing with this?
This is on YouTube. I mean, maybe I'll ask that to some people today, but I think a lot of people would actually agree that, hey, you know what? If you're going to do it to one president, do it to all of them. I don't really see a problem with that so much.
Secretary of State? Why don't you do it to your congressman here? Why don't you do it to Mr. Trump?
Yeah. Trump took one, actually.
A cognitive test?
Yeah, he did.
But insane or not insane?
The doctor said it was okay, but hey, I think most people would support cognitive tests for every president of the United States. Back to your point, I think that's pretty fair.
Because they're leading our country.
Is the cognitive test a priority for you guys?
Yes, I think that anybody running for any office, be it president, Senate, anything, they should be tested cognitively.
Okay. So by following that thought process, would you be in favor of a cognitive test that's public for Donald Trump as well as Joe Biden?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. If the candidate's going to be the leader of the free world, the leader of America, they should be wise enough or mentally capable of doing the job.
Why do you think 2/3 of Democrats think that he's too old? You just think couch potatoes? That's it?
Well, you know what?
Like, what's leading them to think that? Why do you think that?
You've got a generality. You're not using a subjective test. You're speaking in generality. Who is 2/3 of Democrats? Who are you to say
registered
that?
voters that are Democrats.
And what are you basing this on?
From a Wall Street Journal bipartisan poll.
When?
About a week ago.
And who wrote it?
Is it going to change your mind if I tell you who did it?
Yeah.
I said Wall Street Journal.
In one paper. Who are you to base everything on one paper?
Okay. Would you like me to pull up other polls? Would you stick around if I pulled up other polls about that?
I have to go inside.
You have to go?
You got to go to the bathroom. So.
Okay.
More important.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. We've run into some people today that have told us that he's cognitively sharp, he's ready for another term. What would your response to that be?
Highly disagree, and I'll argue it to their faces all day.
I think they're probably cognitively in the same place, whoever said that with him, so.
What's going on there? What are they seeing that maybe you're not, or what are you seeing that they're not?
They're not aware. They're not out there looking at what's going on. That's what it seems like. I talked to a lot of people. What's going on? They did what? And they're just totally disenfranchised with the political system, which really to me is just a show.
I'm not sure. I would say even if that was the case, right? Even if it was the case, you should look at inflation, gas prices. You look at how America's gone since he's been in office, and regardless of if he's cognizant or not, I think that's enough evidence to say he probably shouldn't be in office any longer.
They're representing, they want their party represented, that's why.
I don't think age has anything to do with it. It's just that he's not mentally fit. That's in what they say. It's probably just some Democrats saying it, and all they do is speak the language of Democrats, which seems to get us in trouble all the time. So I can't figure it out. I really can't figure it out. What's going on?
All right, everyone, that is it for today. So a lot of mixed responses from people, as well as a handful of surprising takes from Democrats. Let me know what you guys thought about these conversations down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time I post. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Excuse me, ladies. Is Joe Biden too old to run for president again? Okay, what do you think? What do you think? Well said. Thanks for your time.